In this compilation, I gathered 10 of your favorite tips and tricks for Google Slides. Let me show you how we can auto-advance our slideshow presentation in Google Slides. You can also turn them on the loop, so they will be auto-advancing and looping to the beginning all the time. So here I am in my sample presentation. First thing is to click slideshow, like you want to play the slideshow, here at the top right corner. Then when you are in the slideshow mode, you got the full screen view of your slide. Head to the bottom left corner and then you will see indication that we are on slide number 1. We can move to slide number 2 using the arrow, but there's also a option button here, those 3 dots. Click on that. From here, we can turn on autoplay. You can even decide how long should be the break between slides. So I want to autoplay and change the slide every 5 seconds, and I want to loop that. Alright, now I click play. After 5 seconds, I should move to the next slide. Now I'm not touching my mouse, and here it is, slide number 1. Let's wait for slide number 2. Here it is. Alright, seems like it's working just fine. So remember, first, go to the slideshow view, and then bottom left corner, you got options. And we just loop to the first slide again, so it's also looping correctly. Let me show you how you can change an aspect ratio in Google Slides. So to change the size of your slide, you need to head to Files, and from here we can click on the page setup here at the bottom. It will give us this pop-up window when you can go between standard 4:3, widescreen, that's most popular right now, 16:9, but also if you really need, you can use the custom one where you can type whatever you need, and you can even change units here. So you can even make this as exact A4 paper by typing 29.7 times 21 centimeters, and if I click apply, my ratio changed now and I'm working with A4 paper size. So again, simply click File at the top left, Page Setup, and here you can change between standard, or if you need widescreen, that's the default right now. It's time to learn how to insert video to your Google slideshow. So here I am in Google Slides on my desktop, and I'm going to head to Insert tab. After you open your Insert tab, you will see straight away there's a video option ready for us. Click on it, and you got 2 choices here. You can insert a video straight from YouTube. You can even search for videos on YouTube from this search bar here, or you can insert a video from your Google Drive. So if this is your private video from the drive, you can put it in, or you can use the public one from YouTube, or maybe your own that you already post on YouTube. In my case, I will do that. I already post on YouTube, then I copy the link to that video, and now I'm going to paste the link to that specific YouTube video, hit enter, and I was able to find it really quickly. I click on it, and then you will see the blue button, Insert. Now the video is already here. I can stretch it up to make it larger. I can also decide how the video will play automatically when the slide roll in. So I have to click on it to play. And I can also decide on the starting point. So if you want to skip the intro, you can also do this as well. Or we can limit the video to end halfway through and then move to the next slide. If you like, you can also mute audio here, in case you just want to show the visuals and you will talk about the topic yourself. That's how you can easily insert image to your slideshow on Google Slides. How to make pick a dog game using Google Slides. So here I am on my first slide. I'm going to insert a shape that will be rectangle. I will turn it blue. In addition to that rectangle, I will also make a second one a bit bigger. So I will just copy and paste and make a second one that is a bit larger and a bit darker. Like that. I cannot see the small one below, so let's reorder them using Arrange panel. Alright, now the bigger one is behind. I think I will make it even darker than that. Perfect. And now I need a knob for doors. So that will be a little circle over here. And I will use the very same blue color. Alright, we create blue doors. And now the whole trick is when you select blue door, they move you to the blue slide. So that's slide number 2. If you select the orange door, you move to slide number 3. And when you select the green door, you move to slide number 4. So it's not like you can see every slide. You must choose one and you will move to that slide with more content. So whatever you want to put on that other slide. So you open the door, then you see the video, you see the text, QR code, whatever you like. But first, let's just create a duplicate of that so we can very quickly recolor them. So for the second one, I decide to use some kind of orange color. And for the last one, that will be green. Alright, let's move it to the center, and now the whole magic. Now we need to establish links. So I click on this shape over here, and then I need to hover over to this Insert Link option. Click on that, and now you can insert the link. I want insert the link not to next slide, I want exactly slide number 1, door 1. That's it. For the second shape, again, I will search for slide number 3, door 2, and the last one, my door 3. Perfect. Let's try it out. Click on the first one, and we end up over here. Second one, move me directly to this slide, and the door number 3, jump all the way to the green slide. So our links are established, and we got a really nice starting template for your Pick the Door game. I will share this whole slideshow with you. The link will be in the description. There's a new native feature just added to Google Slides. Now we can remove the backdrop from any picture without any third-party software or plugins. Simply paste your image, then click on the image, and at the very top here you should be able to see the option to remove background. Let's click on that. And it was really good result. This was rather easy example with the one solid color in the back. Let's also apply crop image here, so we can crop this exactly to the emoji we need in this case. So you can combine those two tools. You can remove the backdrop and then you can crop within. Let's try again with a harder picture. This is a real photo. Can we remove the backdrop as well? Let's find out. Click on the image first, and then the option will appear at the top. We need to wait a moment. And here it is. It's not perfect, but we got rather good result. And the final challenge. Did you ever get angry after downloading those fakes PNGs? You hope for like transparent backdrop, but they give you this checkerboard thing. Let's see that now we can fix it within the program. So I got this fake PNG and I click remove background. And it's almost perfect. I see a bit of checkerboard here, but it's way better than having the checkerboard all around. Alright, so that's a new feature and they still improving on it. As you can see, they asking for my feedback. It was good or no. So I hope it will be even better in the near future. It's really nice new feature that we can remove the background from any photo or image directly within the program, directly in Google Slides. There's a nice new feature in Google Slides. Now, when you head to Insert tab at the top and select Image, you can not only upload a new image from your computer or search the web, there's also a new feature, GIFs and stickers. So if you click on that, you will get this new panel on the right when you can search for animated GIFs or GIFs just by typing what you need. You can also click on the popular keywords here, and then by clicking on the image, you can select them. You can select more than one and click Insert. And here it is. We very quickly put some animated GIFs into our presentation in Google Slides using this new Insert feature. Let me show you how you can download your slideshow from Google Slides. So after you open your slideshow, you will have an option to download it in several different formats. Simply head to File at the top left corner. There's a download option. If you hover your mouse here, you have another menu on the right showing different formats. So as you can see, you can even download this as Microsoft PowerPoint if you want to send it to somebody that uses PowerPoint. But the safest option is a PDF document. In this case, each slide will be exported as the separate page of PDF. All of the fonts will be exactly the same like in your design, but you will lose transitions and animations. So unfortunately, you cannot see your transitions and animations on your slides if you select PDF, but it's really easy to open by everybody. You can also export the currently selected slide as JPEG, PNG, or even SVG, the vector file. So you would just kind of capture the snapshot of this open slide. It can be sometimes really handy. You can just export one slide as JPEG and then you can make some extra notes on that slide. Alright, so keep in mind, simply head to File, top left, and there's a download option for you. Don't forget to double check if you plan to download this as Microsoft PowerPoint. Always check for changes between those two different formats. Something may move, something may change. Also, you should consider simply sharing a link to your slideshow. So if the person got access to the internet, it's way easier to simply share a link than to send the whole files. How can you create true or false question within your slideshow using Google Slides? A question like that can be a great enhancement to your slideshow. This way you can ask questions to your audience and show them the correct answers as well. So let's get started. First, I will change the backdrop color to something a bit darker, like a bit gray. This way I can draw a rectangle or any other shape you like. In my case, I will pick a rectangle rounded corners. And now I will double tap that so I can put the question in. Here's my question. I want to select that and I want to delete this original style from the website I copied that. So I clear formatting first. And now I can modify it to be aligned to the center, a bit larger. And the color of this shape should be white. So I got nice black letters on the white backdrop. I will reduce the roundness for the corner to be a bit smaller. And I hope to get rid of that line around. All right. Here's my question. If you go to the format option for the shape, you can also add a little bit of drop shadow around using a distance. We can move that down. We can blur it even more and reduce opacity to be a bit lighter. Perfect. Time to put two more buttons using shapes. One will be for true and one will be for false. So the one for true, I will make it green. True, we got text, bold and white. I want to make it large, at least to the half of the slide, like that. Nice. And now I can just copy this one, copy and paste, and the other one will be red. And I need to type false. Nice. So let's duplicate this whole slide because we need to create a two version. So the top one, slide number 1, that will be true. So how we can show that? We need to make the wrong answer disappear. So click on false, and we need to add animation to it to disappear. Head to insert, search for animation, and we want this to not appear. We don't want that. I will click on it and change appear to some kind of disappear. We can select fade out. On click, that's correct. Let's play. First I see the question, 2 options. When I click, the wrong answer disappears, so the audience know that that was true. Perfect. And now in the second version we will do opposite. We will make true disappear. So I click on true, then I head to insert and I'm inserting animation on this guy to fade out. And for the second question, that will be after I click, the true disappears, so that must be false. So I need to search for a different question. Here it is, the capital of Canada is Toronto, that's false, so it's all correct. Now we got a nice template for Google Slides. I will drop a link to this template in the description for this video, so you can just download the template and you can use those 2 questions. Keep in mind, number 1 is for true, number 2 is for false. You can duplicate and randomize them, put them around your slideshow for better engagement with your audience. Let me show you how you can use an image as the backdrop for your Google Slides presentation. So here I am in the blank slides presentation. Nothing's here. First, click Background from the menu above your slide. Now you got 2 options. You can fill this background with the solid color, or you can choose the image. I select the second option. Now I can simply drag and drop my image that I'm going to use as my slide backdrop. It's good to use the same aspect ratio image, so if you're using 16:9 slides, just try to find a similar aspect ratio backdrop. You can drop the image in this area, and it should be already there. I just simply click done and my image is here. If you would like to use my backdrop, I will also drop a link to this slideshow that we are creating here today, so you can literally grab the slideshow and use my backdrop just by duplicating my slides. Alright, so how can I now put the text on it? Very simply, you can just use the text box. Alright, so use the text box, and don't forget, it's a dark backdrop, so you will need to change the text color to something bright, maybe even white like this. Alright, I prepared 2 more variations of this backdrop, so let's add a new slide, right click, new slide. Again, backdrop, choose image. Done. As you can see, in this case, we already got some boxes from the theme, so we can just resize that, maybe change the color of the text in this box. Same for this box at the top, we can change the color of that, resize slightly. And if you are building a longer presentation, you're going to use multiple slides, we can even modify the theme itself, so they will kind of change these default colors default positions for us. So how can we do that? Click View and select Theme Builder. And from here, we can modify all of the default fonts and colors. So head to the first slide, click Background, and change image. Drag and drop. Done. And as you may notice, now I got this backdrop everywhere. So if I create a brand new slide, I will get this backdrop. Let's modify the default font color to white for both text and header. I can modify the size of the text box and the position of the header as well. Alright, nice. I already mentioned that I got 3 versions of this backdrop, so let's use different layouts here for those 3 versions so we can swap with them easily. So this will be the version 1. I can use this 2-column layout for my version 2. Backdrop, choose image. Done. And maybe the next thing for the last version. Alright, with that all the way, now we need to go back to our slideshow. And here we are back in the slideshow, and now if I create a new slide, take a look, it's already got this gradient dark backdrop and the text box is repositioned and it's in white color by default. I can go to layout to search for alternative backdrop like half of the screen or just the header one without any troubles. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Keep in mind there will be a link in the description so you can grab this theme with 3 different gradient backdrops for free, and you know how to insert your own backdrops now as well. So I hope you will use this knowledge to build your own exciting themes. Let me show you how you can build your own reveal the image game in Google Slides. I'm going to also share the template from this tutorial video, but watch the video first so you will know how to use it. Alright, let's simply drag and drop the image we want to use for our game. And here's my image. Now I need to resize it a little bit to match the height of the slide. Just like that. Alright, now we need to hide it below some kind of shape. So let's head to Shape tool here, and I will go with the very standard rectangular shape. Alright, let's draw this shape. At first I want this to cover like half and half, so I know how many other shapes do I need. Okay, that's the shape. It's way too big, so I'll just copy and paste this shape and use it as the guidance to get kind of the perfect size for this image. Okay, something like this will do. So with this shape I can now customize the color. You can keep it colorful, or you can select even different color for each shape. It's up to you. We can customize the line around the shape. I don't need a line, so no color here. Okay, and now the most important part, we need to add animation to it that will cause this to disappear when we click on that shape. So let's head to more here on the right side, and I select animate. I will need to add object animation, not a slide transition, this one. When the object is clicked, I want this object to fade out. Alright, that's what I already put here, and now I simply need to duplicate this using the command shortcut. So Command C, Command V, and feel free to modify the color. Alright, I have populated this whole slide with shapes, and now we can keep adding those fade away animation randomly to make the random pieces disappear. So I select the shape, then I go to animate and I add fade out. Keep in mind I see the color of the shape here. So by default it's up here, but we can make it fade out. Alright, let's keep adding those fade out animations. Alright, I got several fade out animations attached to different shapes here. I didn't put them all shapes, but that should be enough for my audience to guess what is in the picture. Okay, we can close the motion panel on the right. I will need to add a next slide. This should be a blank slide. And I will drag and drop the very same picture here. So after we guess what is in the picture, we can actually see the picture without any shapes on the top on the second slide. Alright, let's try to use this game. Let's play the slideshow. We can only see shapes at the top, but if I start clicking my mouse, they will be randomly fading out. And your audience may already write it down, scream, or any other way you want them to let you know what is in the picture. And after several of those shapes disappear, the audience should have a good idea what is in the picture, and then we move to second slide showing the actual picture. Alright, so that's how you can set up your own reveal the image template using just Google Slides. As I promised, I will also share this template. It will be linked in the description, so you can simply kick off my image and put your image under, duplicate this as many times as you want. I hope this short tutorial was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!